title of scuba diving instructor is a sign of respect for many divers and a goal to aim for many others. After hours of classroom, pool and open water work, if you're good enough, you'll get a certificate with your name on it, somebody will shake your hand and some shining gates will open up for you. You are now a scuba diving instructor. You now have the trust and respect of prospective divers. You've been there before as an assistant, but never as the primary, and then it hits you. The buck stops with you and you are in charge. The more time you spend as an instructor, the more little hidden secrets you learn that I probably shouldn't really be telling you guys about. So actually, you know what? Thanks for watching and safe diving.
What?
Just kidding. Here are 5 things, I think I did 5, that you only learn after becoming an instructor. It's all about paperwork. Oh God, the paperwork. You never really notice it that much as a student or as a professional assistant, but as an instructor, you have to sign everything. To the point that I actually changed my signature so I wouldn't get cramp if I had to sign off more than 3 students at a time. As a student, you sign the usual liability release forms, bits of paper, and pretty much anything else that we put in front of you, but as an instructor, we have to print and organize all of that paperwork and make sure that everything is filled out correctly and then store it somewhere. If you're a PADI diver, then go back and look at your very first logbook and look at the first few pages. Right at the front, your instructor or instructors will have had to have signed pretty much every single skill that you did in the pool and in open water. Which, if you've been smashing them out, means that you have to sign and date a lot of lines. What we're teaching is actually important. Most recreational divers don't witness when things go wrong. Most recreational diving on holidays is very safe and organised, so the worst you may get is a bump from some rocks or dropped gear on your foot. Witnessing panic divers, equipment malfunctions and injuries, you realise the practices and procedures that we teach you have real-world applications. Practicing these skills over and over again really helps when things go bad, and you can stay calm and work effectively. Every skill is worth practicing whenever you can so that muscle memory can take over and you can get the job done. There's more to diving. There is more to diving than just recreational chilling. Diving is one of the quickest and easiest ways to get into environmental protection and history. Physics, biology and chemistry is woven into your dive education, but there is so much more to learn. Learning about the species that you're looking at, the history of the wreck, or what's actually going on inside your body whilst you're diving will expand your diving to another level. If you're passively looking at the underwater world and that does it for you, then fine. But researching things beforehand means that when you look down a corridor in a wreck, you know what you're looking at. And when someone carelessly says to go on another dive, you actually know what's going on inside your body, so you can make a more informed decision on your next dive. There are better ways to dive. The standard single-cylinder 90cm octo hose with a jacket style and a wetsuit isn't actually that great. We should all know by now that most divers switch to a wing style BCD and maybe even backplates. The one big shift for me was to a long hose primary donate setup. I see why we don't put new divers on long hose setups because there's quite a lot of hose to tangle up in, but it's worth teaching and learning about different dive styles. Once you're qualified, you need to spend a lot of time on yourself, your gear and your dive profile. Think about the kind of diver that you want to be and then aim for that. There are a lot of bad divers out there. Attitude, gear setup, dive profile, there are some bad scuba divers out there, but it's hard to correct them, so be careful. I've seen some really stupid stuff out there, and as an instructor you can acknowledge the stupidity of what's going on. It isn't all the diver's fault though, because there are some bad instructors out there too, who just want to take your money and sign your certificate. People are touching stuff, not looking after their gear, they kick things, they're rushing, and all sorts of other things. They don't respect diving and the environment, but if you try to call them out on it, then you have to do it in the right way. Most instructors will be pretty good at this. You learn early on how to approach and talk to different types of diver. So are there there any other instructors out there that have learned stuff? What have you learned? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and safe diving. We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.